Welcome back to another upload. I didn't realise the last one I chucked up was number 50. Yeah, a couple of them I know in my uploads are cultivation, and there's a transport one in there, and COF, so they're not all on this truck, but yeah, it's still part of my channel. So yeah, that was a bit of a, geez, there's a few videos I've edited now. Not that I spend a lot of time on editing, as you can tell. Yeah, got my coveralls on, not due to coldness. We had an incident inside on the couch. Mother was there the other day and she goes, "Why is there a yellow dot on the couch?" And I was like, I deny all knowledge. I know nothing about it, and I haven't been painting anything yellow. So yeah, a bit of paint must have stuck to me, and I sat down and whoops. And being 2K, you know, it didn't come off. So anyway, I got it in my truck inside with me now. I feel good. So I'm just going to show you what I'm doing here. We've chucked the rear bumper on. My young fella came out and he gave me a hand with the jack, and we jacked it up and lined all the bolts up. It's not something I wanted to video in case we dropped it and I chopped his foot off. I could lie about it when we take him into the hospital. So I put it on and he stood back and he looked in and he goes, "Dad," I said, "What?" He goes, "It's a different colour." It's like, yeah, I can see that. When I painted this, I was pretty light on my paint. I was sort of learning a lot. So I've gone through and put the Scotchy over it. And then I could still see a lot more wrong. So I've got the air sander here and I've gone through, and there's places where I didn't quite blast right. And I've got a pretty smooth finish in the, on there now. There bits of old paint and shit sticking up on it. So hopefully my top coat's going to stick to that with it scotched up, roughed up. We'll just see what happens. I suppose, yeah, I don't know. I'll just put it on. If it fails, oh well, I learnt my lesson. It should stick to it. I know maybe you should stick another primer over it, but I don't really want to do that. It should go everywhere. I'll just run the risk, put a wet one on there and see if it sticks. Obviously the back side of the bumper, it's actually alright in there. It's the way I painted it. It's the way I had it hanging, so it's a bit darker on the inside, but you're never going to see that. If you do, you're in trouble because you've been run over. And while I'm painting, I've chucked some sheets and that over the tanks. I'll cut the gun right back so there'll be minimal spray. Shouldn't be any overspray really. And somehow I'm going to get in and I'm just going to clean this part of the hub here, because I've got new caps to go on. Obviously this is all odd stuff on here. I just need to clean it around the drum here. I'm not too sure. I've got my tool here. I'll just grab it and we'll see if this is something I made. I think I showed it. I broke one of the pads which goes on the proper tool, so I just made a mandrel piece to go through it. I'm hoping that'll just, yeah, that'll go in there. I'll just get what I can. Near enough's good enough. Not going to fall off. So I need to take the wheel off the other side and set it on blocks as well. We won't talk about the wiring right now. I have made an advancement on that, but I'll just leave that until I get a bit further and I'll give you an update. Something I did do yesterday was, obviously when I inflated it, truck still, yeah, that bag's not that tight because of the length of it. I know it's sitting on one block at the front, but I set my phone on there with a level on it and it was absolute zero on the chassis. The frame was dead level. But in saying that, I realised it's the angle of the drive shaft. There's a mathematical rule for that. I don't know what it is. I will read up. It's a bit tricky on this one because it's just so short. I mean, you can see it's only about 3 foot long, that shaft. I realise the straighter the better, but I need to get the wheels back on this axle here. And that'll make the truck sit different too. We'll play with the right height. I'll do some reading. I'll just show you what I'm doing. I'll work on those front hubs and then I'll give this a squirt and we'll see how it comes up. Alternator time. So I removed it off the truck because it wasn't charging. I'm pretty sure I got the wiring correct, so it's energized from the battery and that. In saying that, I don't know what I'm doing. I disassembled it. I think I could see what I'd done wrong inside, but I'm just going to try and prove my point here. So I've just, yeah, got it on a pretty dead battery here. So I'm just coming up with a plan on what I can do. I know I can use the air impact gun, but I didn't want to impact it to get it spinning. So I was hoping, I found a bit of square bar here, just a bit of rough stuff. I've turned it down, and that may need filing. Oh, that goes in. And let's see if I can spin it with the electric drill, which will be marginal whether it gets up to speed, but be interesting just to see what it does. Gonna have a go. Right, tail light time. You can see I've hung the flaps, and no, the airbags aren't full, so that's where it's going to sit just at the moment. Our requirements with our reflectors and that, I think I'm right there. It's got to be a 30-degree angle visible from the side, so that's why I didn't put them up in here, because I'd struggle with the end piece. Yeah, they'd be right in there, and then tail lights be right in there, which, yeah, didn't really want that. So I'd put them down on the flaps. A bit vulnerable if you pull the flaps off, but we'll try not to do that. So the other thing I've done is, here's my tail lights, I've shown them previously. So I was thinking about like putting those centre in the steel work here, and it's like, yeah, well, they're not visible with that fold in it. So I've got a bit of wood, so it's equal this side and the other side, equal distance off the ends. So I've marked it, so I'm just going to drill it, and I'll show you what it looks like after it's on. Right, I just thought I'll show you this. I'm just fitting the steering wheel up here. We've got lots to talk about. I haven't turned the camera on for quite a few days. I'll start with this, and I'll give you a rundown soon. So, steering wheel's fitted because I finally have figured the horn out. Well, it should do once I put the cap on. I've done a lot of earthing and testing. So I wanted to centralise this steering wheel. So when you're sitting in there and everything's, yeah, fairly straight. So the only way I could do that was jack the cab up, sorry, the truck up at the front, because I've got no front wheels on it, and it's just sitting on blocks for a number of reasons. Because I'm going to take the caps off the front bearings as well and check all that, and I've got new ones to go on, and oil and all that sort of stuff. But one of the things I did was just put a straight edge on the brake drum. I've just eyed along, so when the wheels are on, hopefully that's, yeah, give or take a quarter of a turn, should be fairly straight. Should look at the other wheel to see if that's thinking the same. Yeah, doesn't look too bad. It's not pointing off to the opposite direction. It's positive. So my next thing to do is put the cap on. I've got pages and pages of wire diagrams here. I've just gone through utter grief to try and get things to work. There's still a big mess in here wiring wise, but I'm slowly getting there. So I've got to put the cap on. Oh, there we go, putting that on. Right, we're taking the cover off the front wheel bearings here. Alex is just cleaning it up for me. So I've got new covers. And anybody who knows anything about this will recognise that I've got the wrong ones. These are trailer ones. But yeah, I'm not worried. It's not going to stick out enough to worry anything, and holds a bit more oil. See if they work. It's not going to affect anything else. Something I don't own is a magnetic dial indicator to clip on there and check the bearing, but it felt alright with the wheel on there. It's just something I'll run with. I am going to get one pretty soon, but I realise you've got to pop the cover to check it again, but that's alright, we'll deal with it. Someone's been in there already. See what they've done. It's locked up okay. The oil was typical front wheel bearing oil. Not sure what you put in there. I'll do a bit of research, do a bit of reading. Brakes are okay on this. The drums must be new. they're new on the back and they've put new on the front. There's no lip at all in there, no wear marks. Pretty rusty obviously, but we'll give it a run. We'll fix that problem. I see it's got Eaton written on the S-cam here. It's all readable. Right, we'll carry on cleaning this up and we shall fit the new cover. We've got the hub back on, oil cap. I've put some oil in it. I need to spin the wheel and see what it does. While I was waiting, went around, I've greased all the spring shackles and kingpins and that while it was jacked up. Who knows what's going to happen there when I go for an inspection. They look alright, but you never know. They've got a different idea than me. So this side here, everything's ×2 obviously. Got that off, I just reblocked it. I'm just letting it run. I've finished for the day. It's getting dark here now. It's pretty late in the day. I'll come out in the morning and recap that one. Yeah, got the horn going, which I didn't actually show you. Put the cap on the steering wheel. Got the steering wheel all on and lined up. Tidied some of the plumbing up in the frame. Got that sitting in clamps and zip ties where they're required. I am going to put the deck plate on up there, so it's going to hide all my sins. Got the light junction box mounted here. I can cut these off if I drill some holes if I put a back half of the deck plate on, which I don't have currently. Bit of a plumbing nightmare, but zip tied up and everything's all tied up along the rails in there. Same on there, right up through there. Cross fingers, had everything operating on the back. What a nightmare. It's just taken me, I know it's been well over a week and a half I think since I've uploaded, because yeah, it's just killed me doing the wiring. Just things they've done in there, and there's one fault I could not find. The left hand turn signal, there's a fault in the cab somewhere, intermittent. I can get it to the plug on the front, but then goes away and I just can't trace the wire to find it. So I know why they've done it. They've grabbed a wire out of the trailer plug here, which has got a different connection in the cab, and they've just run a left hand out of there to the rear, so I just used it. That big black thing is a reversing beeper. It's not compulsory here, but it's, yeah, some sites you go in they require it. Not that this truck's ever going to go anywhere, but I had a spare one, so I chucked it on. So yeah, overall we're sort of getting there slowly. It's starting to look like a truck again. Oh, a bit of a wrap up. Yeah, it's taken me a couple of hours to calm down from the whole scenario. These are the bits laying in the box. Yeah, I'm not going to blacklist them. Yeah, big fat bill here from a company. They did their job, but yeah, I was just pretty annoyed with the whole thing. I said to them, I took the alternator in. I'll show you over here, it's on the floor, not much to see. So I took the alternator into them and I said, I can't get it to activate. Just do a quick diagnosis and let me know. Didn't ask them to rebuild it, obviously. Which they did their job. They diagnosed it, told me what's wrong. It's unrepairable. But yeah, the bill hurt. It's half the price of a new one. And it's like, wow, just for doing that. So yeah, I suppose that's the cost of things now. I don't go to town and get a lot of stuff done, so it hurts when I do. I try and do most things myself. So on that note, I'll wrap this video up. I do say I'm very much like Mike the Truck Nut. He's the same. He just tries to do everything himself out there. Go and watch him. Go and support the guy. He's got a lot more trucks than me, but yeah, go and click on his channel and hit the like button and subscribe, and that helps him. He's getting money out of YouTube, so that's what's supporting his hobby. And him and his dad are working together in their shop. I realise there's a lot of YouTubers out there. There's a lot of people doing this. I'm just somebody at home mucking around with it, seeing what I can do. But yeah, I got a few comments come up. and I appreciate those. I've tried to answer them. Some of them are a little bit late. I'm sorry. I'm not on social media all the time. I don't check my YouTube channel. It's not something I sit and watch every day. I just make these videos, upload them and forget about it, and then realise, geez, it's a week and a half, 2 weeks, and I haven't chucked one up. So with that, I'd like to say thanks to everyone who is following me. I do appreciate it, and I know I've got a few friends out there who are watching this, and yeah, they can laugh. They can come and have a look though. It's good to see people. I call them to my shop here, they know where I am. So it's coming along. I'm happy with it. Apart from the bills, but that's trucking for you. That's what it is. So with that, I'll say thanks for following me, and yeah, I appreciate everything that you, the comments and the likes that you hit and subscriptions. It's starting to go up a bit now. So with that, I'll end the video and say thank you.